Excuse me. Just out of curiosity, who are you filming for? I should just keep it on. It says.
We had a guy going across the street saying no sympathy on his little lunchbox thing over here.
I know. It's so bad. What if I put my advice? Yeah. The physics department,
Yeah, so far we got one guy counter-protesting by walking in the middle of the street. The lunchbox, cardboard thing.
Yeah. It's sad. Yeah, you're tenured. You really don't have to worry. I remember doing this the first go around. It's like my advice is we're going to take more time. Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. I'm like, not that eye for an eye never helps anybody, but like, I do this Black Lives Matter. Well, they're not doing also. It's effective, like, yeah, like, actually, exactly. Yeah. I'm sorry, someone right?
Yeah, put me to work. Get me on my knees.
Oh! Okay, what year?
You need that one.
You're talking about this. I'm talking in the water. I feel like 25-year-olds for racking down with like 25-year-olds. No.
Maybe it's a plan. If you need to take a break, let me know.
I'm finishing my master's in environmental.
Oh, creeper.
Yeah.
Oh, look, you finally made it.
Oh, yeah. Lots of hills.
It was stuff like that too.
Why would you go to town when you can't rock?
I'm not. That's true. Because of all the hills.
Yeah,
There's so many hills.
It was like a sword.
Yeah.
There was like all sorts of like snow and everything. Yeah. And there was like all sorts of problems. No one could like keep it hot. Nobody cares. I'll wave it all.
Yeah, like literally anybody but her.
I'll just put like a wave on. There you go. Right, yeah. We've got a wind in our sails. things like the fact that in fairness, Ariel literally has like the thing.
We went
Where she
inside
studies
after
that,
a while. It was like, kids outside. We was like, all right,
or you can do that.
I wanted to go ask my mom. Outside for a while more, and the kids were right there, but we were just chilling. And then she came out to go talk to the kids, and then just stuck. I was like,
We're
no.
actually going to be moving to a higher facility location. So we get the speaker program started. We're starting. Yeah. No, I just like we're talking about like I don't want to bother them.
Yeah, I did.
We're trying to self-defeat.
I mean, I got a cookie too.
Oh, you did? Oh my gosh, I gotta go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get some. I did read something like actually positive about like Girl Scout cookies and like something woke. Like I don't know. I did do so. Like it was something about like they're divested from. I don't know.
I read whatever you read too.
Yes, I don't remember what it was, but it was like okay, I can still buy Girl Scout cookies and not go to tea.
That was telling me.
Yeah. I wonder if this Stuart
And then it wasn't.
shows up at he follows Steve around and he records everything he does. He does a stalker.
And there was a man recording. How you know my son is so happy?
Yeah, he's got a stalker. And that's working for him. And he's I didn't want to trans blah blah. He's like, I just told you. He's like, he's recording and he was gonna start recording. Get it? Like, I just told you because he's recording. Like, he didn't say anything.
Nasty laugh. Nasty laugh. That was creepy. The filming, he went.
Yeah, that was terrifying.
Like he set that up before. Oh no, he definitely did. No, literally, that was so nasty. That was a nasty read, bro. Like what? Bruh. I can't.
No diapers. Well, we don't have any money, so there's no staff. So we are just struggling to stay organized. So we have a volunteer sign up on the website, but we're not there yet. It's also still difficult. We're not there or anything, but it's hard when you're.
Hello, everyone. We're going to be moving down the street, so we are not bothering the Girl Scouts and getting the speaker program started. When we're done, please buy some Girl Scout cookies. Please. They're delicious. Support your local Girl Scouts. Thank you for everything you do for our community, ladies.
Yes.
Actually, maybe somebody else can carry this. Hey, Patty.
You want me to hold on?
Yeah, can you just hold that so I can pick them up?
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
I didn't.
Should I keep walking and hold this? Okay. Here, let's hurry up. Trying to hurry. It's okay. Thank you. Thanks.
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna catch up with the precious since you have to. Yeah.
Any signs from in there? Do you need any signs from in here?
I hope you drop it. He's the biggest supporter. Oh, yeah, I can tell you this. No, we're heading back.
Yeah, I think I did that.
Where are we going? Somewhere.
No way, gas prices are up, sir. Come on, guys.
Yeah. Oh, what the fuck? Come on. Oh, that's fine. I'll just leave here. We can go.
No. I have no idea. I'm just joining the vibes.
Hey guys, if you want to stay in the middle for peak visibility, that would be awesome too. No pressure.
Stand up.
Oh, sick. I think I remember you from the last. One of the kissing years with the music was. Oh, wait, you got it? Or did you?
So are you?
Do you want to switch spots in there?
Everyone for coming out tonight. I really appreciate y'all standing in solidarity with the people of Iran, people of Palestine, and all the working class across the world. This event is sponsored by DSA, Palestine Solodarity Coalition at UNH, and the Party for Socialism and Liberation. Now, I know I don't have to tell you that war is bad. Pretty obvious. But going to war for Israel, that's really, really bad. I don't know about you, but I am not going to fight in Iran and die for a genocidal apartheid state. Now, we're going to get the speaker program started. Thank you again, everyone, being here. I would like to introduce my comrade, Cameron, from the DSA. Give it up for Cameron.
How does this sound? Oh, there we go. Okay. So how'd the whole priest-president thing work out? Anyone believe that? No. Not so much. They seem to be a little bit confused about the messaging here as well. I don't know. The war in Iran is, of course, not a war. It's it's actually Operation I believe it was called Operation Epic Sigma Chud Rage. I think it was called that. It's actually a strategic effort. It's not a war of choice. Don't worry. We actually had to do this. So anyway, this war is about oil, or maybe it's about changing leadership, or I don't know. He hasn't told us yet. Actually, we're just kind of incompetent and flailing. But please vote for us again. Please. It would make us so happy. I could speak on international law, but we know these bloodthirsty hawks don't give a shit. They will kill as many people as possible, and it'll make them so happy. I'm going to send you home with some recommended reading. Fascism by Umberto Eco. It's a short read. It's an easy one. And I feel like it'll help everyone understand the mindset of these freaks. Life is lived for struggle, for permanent warfare, and the highest achievement one can attain is a heroic death for the nation. That sounds like some bullshit to me, folks. I don't know about you.
That sounds like some Christian nationalism to me.
Why do you have a Cybertruck? It looks dumb. They might as well call it the Volkswagen, folks. We're using the original title, right?
That one was overpriced and didn't work either.
The Volkswagen? Yeah, that was Hitler's vehicle. Despite fulfilling its obligations under international law, despite agreeing to keep their nuclear program completely focused on peaceful projects, such as nuclear medicine, and agreeing never to use their programs to manufacture a nuclear bomb, despite their clear interest and willingness to negotiate with the United States, Iran has been met with nothing but hostility, assassinations, and now the bombing of their capital and murder of their leader. Israel and the United States have yet shown the world their true interest in the region, which is to create a number of failed states so that they can have complete hegemony over West Asia. Boo!
Oh!
In the wake of this unprompted and inarguably unwarranted act of terror from the U.S. and Israel against the Iranian people, with one of its targets being a school for little girls, killing 165 children and staff. Iran has struck back at U.S. military bases in the surrounding West Asia and notably Tel Aviv. For the first time in many of their lives, the citizens of Tel Aviv, of which 82% support the genocide in Palestine, have felt fear for their safety. What's nice for them is they get to go back home, to Brooklyn, to Bushwick, to Poland. For the people of Iran, of Palestine, those in Jordan, Lebanon, and Syria, they don't have homes to go back to, many of them. They aren't so lucky. They don't have anywhere to flee to. I want to do a quick call out. In the wake of this bombing of Iran, I noticed a lot of Iranian diaspora found that the imagery of their friends, their family, their comrades, people that they lived with, being bombed, they were met with glee. They were excited about this. This leaves a question as to why exactly they came to the U.S. in the first place, to be a part of empire. This is a disgusting shithole. We harbor some of the worst people in diaspora. People who come here for a reason. Frequently from countries who were previously socialist. This applies to the Cuban migrants in Miami, who want to see that island essentially turned to rubble. Marco Rubio, I'm looking directly at you, who have made your entire mission about destroying the Cuban people. Anyway, hold on. I keep locking my phone. What am I doing? If anyone is truly so worried about the current state of Iran, which apparently the administration claims they are, so suddenly interested in the leadership of a country all the way across the world, which many people in their daily lives don't really think about. It doesn't affect us, like at all. What have the Iranian people done to us? Can anyone think of anything? I would say nothing.
Have amazing food.
There's some pretty good food, I'm not gonna lie. Some good shit. If you actually want to see a change in leadership for a positive direction, I want you to consider the options. Option one, Iran is given absolute peace. Its people point at the contradictions and the issues they face daily and offer solutions, as they've been doing. I broke my muffler because I'm an asshole. Anyway. Further, they advocate. Oh my goodness. I need to like space out my text better or make it bigger. I might be getting old now. I'm sorry! They advocate for these problems to change and make incremental steps, and slowly, as many others across the world have managed, they make their nations prosperous and free. Alternately, as is the case now, and as is the case under any state of war, that the government clamps down on free speech. They are made a martyr of because they protect their people under a current state of war and then gain more support that way. If you're against the current administration in Iran, the best thing we can do is get the fuck out of there. That's how you make a better place. Here are the explicit demands of the DSA. 1. To pass the Iran War Powers Resolution in the House and Senate. 2. To end hostilities towards Iran. 3. To end the sanctions placed on Iran, which destroy their people. Where are we at? 4. To withdraw American military assets from the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman. Finally, the United States needs to return to diplomacy. Stop the senseless war. They have come to the table every other time, fulfilled every demand, and yet we still bomb them. That is all. Stop the war, folks!
Thank you so much, Cameron. I'm glad we started first with the comic relief. Got some good jokes in there, some good riffs. Alright folks, so next we're going to be moving on to another amazing comrade of ours. I'd like to introduce Eli from the PSL. Eli, get up here and bring the house down.
That's the sound of the bunnies! Okay, house front down. So, I'd just like to thank the DSA for allowing us to co-sponsor this event. And, what? Yeah. Bring it a little closer. Okay. I'd just like to thank the DSA for allowing us to co-sponsor this event, and I think in circumstances like this is the kind of thing that we all have to stand together, and despite differences in tactics and anything like that, we all are vociferously in defense of the working class and against this illegal and unjustified war. So thank you. We all know this is an unprovoked act of war that Trump and Israel carried out just to pursue his twisted dream of running the whole world. It is completely illegal under both the Constitution and international law. Iran has not attacked the United States and has no intention to. Trump decided to initiate this war because he wants to be able to dictate to any government around the world what it should do in its own country. Iran has no intention to build a nuclear weapon, and unlike Israel, has been a member of the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty since 1970. Trump hasn't even bothered to manufacture evidence of this. He just lies and hopes people will believe him. This is just a sloppier version of the weapons of mass destruction lie that George Bush used to start the Iraq War. And what right does the U.S. have to lecture anyone on democracy or human rights anyway? After 3 years of genocide and ICE executing protesters in broad daylight, while everyday Americans can't afford a dignified life. The children of politicians and the executives at the weapon manufacturing companies who can't cash in on a war aren't the ones who have to go fight. They send working class young people to kill and die instead. All while our infrastructure is neglected, our schools and hospitals are closed, and the cost of living crisis for working people keeps getting worse and worse. The government has already committed well over $1 trillion to this war. Every penny of that should be spent on the massive unmet needs facing working people in this country. We need jobs, healthcare, decent schools, and affordable housing, not another endless war. The fight for peace abroad and justice for working families here in the United States is one and the same. This weekend, as people are marking International Women's Day, we should remember the terrible impacts of war on women, who deal with horrific violence and deprivation of the essentials of life like food and medicine. All feminists should oppose Trump's war in Iran. The claim that the war is good for the rights of women in Iran is not true. How dare the Trump administration pretend to be freeing Iranian women when they commit atrocities like the murder of nearly 200 people at a girls' elementary school in Iran. It is shameful that the politicians in Congress failed to pass a War Powers Act resolution this week. Trump has no right to go around the world waging war wherever he wants, but if the politicians won't act, that just makes it even more important for ordinary people to raise their voice and demand a stop to this illegal war. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Eli. That was great. Love our comrades from PSL. All right, so on to our next speaker. We have DSA member and CD1 candidate Keith Howard. He's been endorsed by Track APAC and many other amazing organizations. First labor endorsement in the race as well. Please welcome Heath Howard, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here today. My name is State Representative Heath Howard. I represent the communities of Stratford and Barrington, and I'm running for the 1st Congressional District because we need new leadership in Washington. We saw this week a war powers resolution be shot down by ineffectual leaders on both sides of the aisles, and our president is running amok. It is unconstitutional for us to be in Iran because our Congress has shirked their ability to do their job and actually hold the presidency accountable. It is their job to vote on acts of war, yet they don't want to do it. We need to overturn the authorization for use of military force and make sure that Congress restores its ability and power. That is what we need to do. It is unacceptable to accept anything less. Our government wants to talk about waste, fraud, and abuse, but then has let a Pentagon fail 6 audits in a row. When we have 5-star generals saying that we could cut $1 trillion from the budget and nothing would change, how is it reasonable to give them more money? It's not. We need to demand more from our elected officials. We need to demand them to actually use our tax dollars efficiently for things like healthcare, housing, education, because we are not getting our tax dollars worth because we'd rather spend it for oil executives so that they can get resource rich off of what's in Iran and around the globe. We need to call for an elimination of troops in Iran. We need to bring back our troops. We need Governor Ayotte to call for our National Guard troops to come home. And we need to make sure that our members of Congress are not going to be acceptable to things like AIPAC and the Israel lobby. I'm proud to have the endorsement of Citizens Against AIPAC Corruption. I'm proud to say that there is a genocide in Gaza, and I'm not afraid to admit it. And I'm proud to say that we have a need and a moral responsibility to do something right now. We need out of Iran, we need out of Gaza, and we need a president out of the White House. Thank you. I appreciate you all. Please follow me on any social media at Heath Howard NH. And please come out and vote September 8th. We need your support so that we can see real change. Thank you. And we appreciate you too, Heath. What a guy. Please vote for him. Also, please go to the website, sign up to volunteer, and make sure to donate. Heath is the only DSA endorsed candidate in New Hampshire right now. So if you want to see a world that is better than what we are witnessing right now, vote DSA. Alright. Now it's time to bring it to UNH. Lovely UNH. They love apartheid apparently. But thankfully, we have a group of students that are willing to fight back and tell them that enough is enough. So our next speaker is going to be Stephanie from Palestine Solodarity Coalition of UNH. Please give it up for Stephanie, folks.
Can you guys hear me? Am I projecting enough? Okay. Cool. Thank you again for having us as co-sponsors for this event. It's been awesome seeing all of you here, hearing all of your voices. It's great. So, as we have witnessed the murder of over 600,000 Palestinians, as we have borne witness to the crimes against humanity that have committed both before and after October 7th, it has revealed to the world how compromised we are. How compromised we are in the world of academia. As students, we are taught to be the next generation of thinkers, to prepare ourselves to go into the world and use our newfound knowledge to change the world and improve it for the generation coming after. However, academia's actions towards students since the rise of the student intifada has shown to many that really we are being pushed to be the mechanisms that keep the system of injustice, militarism, and imperialism moving forward. We become the minds and hands that develop AI systems that pollute communities, pollute water, and contribute to mass surveillance and control. They use our minds and our hands to develop weapons that are used to murder those on U.S. soil, people at the borders, and people abroad. They use us to develop weapons that are used to wage wars against countries, to stabilize and slaughter endlessly, and contribute to genocides, as we see with Iran, Palestine, and Lebanon. I say this to emphasize the collective responsibility of students, staff, faculty, administrators, and board members in the academic sphere to take a stand. The mass silence is very loud, and the complicity cannot be mistaken for simply not knowing, for not being able to have any say, or simply loving to play the neutrality card. They have a voice, and many have more power than most, and yet are still silent. Academia has historically been complicit in mass atrocities, domestic and abroad. It has played a role in suppressing student and faculty voices. Academia has profited and been complicit in the genocide of indigenous peoples globally, in the enslavement of Black people in this nation and abroad, in the suppression of voices of the labor movement, the civil rights movement, the anti-war movement, the anti-genocide movement, and so much more. This is why the student intifada is never backing down, as we understand our collective responsibility to want better for academia. to want our universities and colleges to say no more to endless wars, to say no to genocide, and to the disease that is fascism and its many branches and forms. Even at UNH, we continue to push for divestment, to push UNH to be on the right side of history. Though the university continues to give excuse after excuse for remaining complicit. First, it was commingled funds that were hard to divest from. We showed evidence of universities and colleges that have commingled funds that have committed to divestment. Then it's, well, the exposure for these companies and corporations that are complicit in genocide is so small, so it isn't worth divesting from them. But then with limited exposure, there is little financial risk for divesting for UNH. It will not hurt them financially from divesting from these companies that are complicit in genocide. Then finally, as with a few weeks ago with Debbie Dutton, it was the fact that these companies and corporations haven't been tried in the court of law for war crimes. And as we continue to show her evidence upon evidence that the United States legal system has made it damn near impossible to try companies and corporations for war crimes due to a mass amount of loopholes and, of course, corruption. Companies and corporations can have personhood when donating to political campaigns, but personhood is questionable when wanting to hold them responsible for war crimes. It doesn't make any sense. No, it doesn't. And yet, we need to uphold these companies and corporations for fueling wars, genocide, and of course, global slavery. We must keep the pressure and not let them sweep none of this under the rug. None of these atrocities, none of these illegal actions, and none of these war crimes. Thank you.
That was amazing.
Wow, that was amazing. That is like the future leader of the world right there. I don't know. I mean, I give speeches all the time, and mine aren't even half as good as that. That was great. Thank you, Stephanie, for being here. Thank you for all the work you do on campus, by the way, and fighting the good fight, trying to end the genocide in Palestine. Woo! Okay, we have one last speaker for us here. I'm kind of putting him on the spot, but I think he's got this. Aiden from the DSA would like to have a word with you all.
Hello, everybody. We're all here today because we do not support the war in Iran. We don't support Israel. And we don't support genocide. And we cannot support a government that funds the genocide and the war going on in West Asia. They kill children. If you care about children, you do not support this war. The president is a pedophile. If you care about children, you would care that they bombed a school full of children in West Asia. There is a genocide going on in Palestine, supported by Israel and the U.S. We cannot support a government that supports this. Thank you for coming out today. We need as many people as we can get.
Yeah! That was awesome.
Aiden fucking killed it.
Aiden fucking killed it. Remember what Aiden said tonight. Do not support genocide. Join the DSA or the PSL. PSL also co-sponsored. Please talk to Eli if you're interested in joining PSL. If you're interested in joining DSA, you can talk to me, Keith, Cameron, Aiden, all these people over here as well. We'd love to have you. And if you are a UNH student,
you know, we still need a YDSA chapter on campus. And I mean, if you started one, that would make you pretty cool. You know, you could be like all the talk on campus if you did that. Everyone would invite you to parties. You know, yeah, it'd be awesome. So please reach out to us if you want to start a YDSA. Yeah. Hey, how about you? Shut the fuck up. I love how, what is it, like how many people voted for Trump? 30% of the population is literally fucking brain dead. These people are not redeemable. If you look at what's been going on in this administration and you vote for it a second time, you're irredeemable. And that's why the Democratic Socialists of America are going to help the working class rise up and take power and end this once and for all. Yo, fuck your Cybertruck! 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 Okay, I'm just like rambling at this point, so I'm going to say, how about we wrap it up with no Operation Epstein's Fury, no more Epstein class, socialism shall reign supreme within the United States and abroad, and we will usher in an era of socialism and eventually communism. That's how it works. And also, did you know that Karl Marx said, you're going to need an imperial amount of wealth and turn it inward on itself to bring about a phase of socialism? Well, guess what? That sounds like the United States to me. Sounds like we're ripe for the taking. And now, during a time of developed class struggle, we must take power and save ourselves from these degenerate pedophiles and oligarchs and war criminals who do not give a shit about you, your family, or your friends. So please get organized and join the DSA or PSL. Mobilizing is great. We love to see it, but you need to get organized. You need to have a long-term goal that we can actualize. Because, let's be honest, if you think what's going on right now is working, I don't think you're paying attention. Thank you, everyone. That is the end of our speaker program. Really appreciate y'all coming out. Don't feel like you have to stick around all night. I'm sure we're probably going to start heading back now. So thank you again. And remember, vote Keith Howard for CD1, please.